Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to read you a few texts allegedly, between Trent Bolte and Chris Watts. You know what? I just was watching a clip of Trent when he was on Inside Edition, and I guess they were pronouncing his name Bolte, so I guess it's Trent Bolte. But yeah, Trent Bolte. So two of the texts are actually in the Discovery, and then there's a few other ones that were not in the Discovery, but I had found online. So some of them are a little bit hard to read because of the quality of it, and some of them cut off a little bit, but I'm going to do the best I can to try to read them. And then I'm going to play Trent's initial phone interview. It's not really even like an interview, but it's basically the initial contact that Tammy calls Trent to set up a time to talk. And then if you guys want to hear the whole interview, it's a video interview. I'll link the interview that I uploaded. I uploaded it, I think, like last year, but I'll link it in the description if you guys want to watch it. It's in two parts. For part one, look in the description of this video. There'll be a link for part one of the interview, and then when you are watching part one interview, look in that description and it'll have the link for the part two of the interview. Okay, so let's look at these texts, okay? I'm going to try to do the best I can to read it. Like I said, there's a few that are kind of like cut off a few letters, and then there's a few that it's kind of hard to read. But for some reason, only two of them were in the Discovery. So that means that he only turned in 2 to law enforcement, but then turned in more to Inside Edition? Or is it that law enforcement only decided to share 2 of them in the Discovery? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll never know that. Like I said, these are allegedly between him and Chris. Who knows? I mean, a lot of people don't believe him. I'm leaning more towards, I think he's lying too, but still interesting because that small little possibility that it could be true. And then, of course, all those other theories about him being planted in here for a reason by somebody. Okay, so I'm going to read his post that he posted on Facebook right after this all happened. So I'm going to read that first, and then I'll read the text. So, Trent Bolte, Chris Watts, accused killer of Shanann Watson children. So, I wanted to get on here because I've been getting Facebook messages and phone calls from people asking me how I knew Chris, why I had relations with a married man, people trying to blackmail me and threatening to expose me. When I first got the call from authorities due to messages on app he had on his phone, the last thing I wanted was my name out there. But after all this, I'd rather me tell my side rather than someone else. I met Chris last summer. We had relations off and on from last June up until March or April. I found out he was married with kids in February. I didn't know that when we first met. Yes, things happened one more time, then I ended it. And this stupid witch hunt trying to find his mistress and all the men and women he slept with is effing ridiculous. The only thing we're guilty of is trusting a stranger. I can only speak for myself, but before this happened, I would have 100% told you that Chris isn't a murderer, nor a sociopath. He told me he was a victim of emotional and mental abuse and was stuck in a loveless marriage, but was so scared to leave because of Bella and Celeste. I can totally understand why anyone who had sexual relations with Chris would want to stay out of the public eye. Since I got the call and I was told what happened, I haven't slept more than an hour or two at a time at night. But like I said, the only thing I'm guilty of is trusting someone who seemed so kind-hearted and genuine, but I guess this is a life lesson. I'll always have to live with the fact that I had a relationship with a married man who is also a murderer and sociopath. So the people messaging me on Facebook, Twitter, etc., threatening to expose me, do it. I have nothing to hide. I just wanted to put this out there before someone else leaked my name. I'm sure there were multiple women, and I'm probably not the only man he slept with. But the whole thing is that none of the people he slept with owe the public anything. So all these things about mistress come forward is effed ridiculous. You have no idea what I'm going through, let alone anyone else he slept with. So let's focus on getting to the bottom of what happened between the people involved with the crime and only them or him. I'm not up for any criminal charges. Neither are any of the others. Okay, so now I'm going to read the text messages. So Chris is the gray on the left, and then Trent's the green. So Trent says, holidays got me effed up anymore. They got me in a funk. And Chris says, I know you well. And Trent says, I need to drive to Fort Collins, and I don't want to go alone, because it's just going to be a quick trip, I think. Maybe not tonight, but in the morning time or something. And Chris says, well, let me see what I got going on, and maybe go with you. Trent says, do it, it'll be fun. I just got to drop something off to Pat and take Travis's presents. Then I got to go back on Saturday, but I got to be here Friday. And Chris says, okay, let me see what I got going on. And Trent says, wizard, it'll be fun. We'll make it an adventure. I wish you could make it out here tonight to watch 5 dances and Weekend. Weekend made me cry. And Chris says, something deal. I know. Weekend is my favorite movie. And then Trent says, I know. Netflix always has to be Jewish and take the good stuff off. And Chris says, how rude, LOL. And Trent says, I'm starting to get a lot of the ones they took off, though. I'm trying to think of others because I got 2 Amazon gift cards for Christmas. And Chris says, yay, I will try to remember more. And Trent says, I know, I'm like trying to picture your and Damien's old Netflix account in my head of the watch again section, and it's hard. And Chris says, I know, I would check, but it's changed so much, LOL. And Trent says, I know, I asked Damien too, and he said that most of the movies I watch aren't even on there anymore. And I haven't really got a chance to watch anything like that on Netflix because there's sex scenes and we don't watch any sex scene stuff with Travis. And Chris says, yeah, that's understandable. I will look though and see what I find. And Trent says, sweet. And yeah, it looks like I'll be headed to Fort Collins late morning or noonish. Chris sends him this picture of this coffee mug. It says, caffeine, take every 4 hours as needed. Nurse life. And then Trent says, aw, I love that. And I miss your face. And Chris says, I miss your face too. It's March. Where are you at? LOL. And Trent says, I want to be there soon. I need that hot springs in my life. And you, of course. I'm off next. I don't know. I can't find the rest if there is. If he even shared the one that comes after that. I don't know. I wasn't able to find it. But you see that's from March 5th, right? So March 5th, maybe since that doesn't have the date, because you'll see the ones in June. See? Like this next one that's from June 9th, 2017. These ones probably came first because these ones don't have a year. Just it has the date, but not the year. Which means it was probably the year that he took the screenshot, which would have been 2018, I'm guessing. Because in his one interview to Inside Edition, he says they stopped seeing each other in May of 2018. Because Trent says in that Inside Edition interview, he says Chris started seeing NK after him and Chris broke up or stopped seeing each other or whatever. So yeah, I bet you this was from 2018. So now the texts I'm going to read you now are actually from 2017. So I kind of read them a little bit backwards. Because originally when I started this, I thought this was March and then from 2017. And then the next ones were June 2017. But I just caught that there's no date here. Which means this would have been the year that he shared the screenshots or shared them, you know. So that's 2018. So kind of going backwards. Are you following me here? So what I just read you, those messages I just read you were supposedly from March 2018. And the ones I'm going to read you now, the next couple, are from June 2017. So the year before. See, 2017. But see, I don't know. The first couple ones that I read don't have a date. So who knows? I was just guessing that they were from a little bit before this date, the March date, but okay. So June 9th, 2017, Chris says hi. Trent says, hi, who's this? Chris. And Trent says, I figured, just had to be sure. You're still up? If I would have known you'd be up, I would have brought a movie over. Or you could have came here and I'd make you grilled cheese or something, lol. Chris says, yeah, about to hit the hay. And Trent says, I figured, I'm even getting tired. Text me in the morning for a time you want to meet, and I'll definitely be there. Really excited to hang out and visit with you. Can't wait to see that cute face and actually talk in person. Let me know when you wake up and a time you want to... That one just cuts off, and then... So the next one says, see the barns and cherries? I'm pulled over again. Why do cops here hate my effing face? And Chris says, are you kidding? And it looks like a picture of the police, him getting pulled over. And he says, nope. Like, nope, he's not kidding. And shows the picture of the light from the cop car, it looks like. And then it's kind of cut off, but it says something like, I'll see you soon, just be calm, lol. So then this June 27th, at least this one, not sure when this one starts, but Trent says, if you're not interested, you can just let me know. It's possible that I may be interpreting wrong, but we talked about ghosting and we both shared our feelings on it. So just let me know if you're not interested. Just been really busy or whatever it may be. I'd appreciate it. And Chris says, sorry, it has been busy and I do kind of have a few obligations right now. But we can hang out sometime after I get back after the 4th. And you see that's from June 27th, 2017. And then on June 28th, Trent says, that works. I'll be in Denver until the 2nd or 3rd. I thought you might be busy with your kids and family stuff, so I try not to be too dickish with my text. I hope it didn't come across that way. Hopefully we can do dinner or a movie or... Okay, so that's all the text that I have. And now I'm going to play you the initial contact that Tammy makes to Trent. And then that'll be it. Like I said, I'll link the video interview of Trent when Coder and Tammy interview him. I'll link part 1, and then part 2 will be linked in part 1's description. Okay, so here's that initial phone interview.
But I'm in the process of getting full-time in Colorado.
Okay, so right now you're in Wyoming, though. Is that right?
Yeah,
you in
but
Colorado?
Yes, I should be back I'll be back tomorrow, for sure.
Okay, you'll be back in Colorado tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Can I give you our address?
And then, yeah, did you say you could meet with me, or?
Yep, I can go to where you are, or you can come to our office, whatever you think is easier.
Okay. Can I do you want to give me a call in the morning, like around 8, and then, because it's about a 2.5, 3-hour drive. You want to give me a call in the morning around 8, and then
Sure.
we can figure it out then? How far is do you know how far Littleton is from Fort Collins?
Lakewood is from Fort Collins? Is that what you're talking about?
Or, yeah, Lakewood.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's probably like an hour and a half. But I can come to Fort Collins. That's totally fine.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. If you just want to give me a call.
Will you be in Fort Collins already by 8 a.m., or will you just be driving?
No, I'll just be driving.
Okay, so you think you'll get there around... What time do you think you'll get to Fort Collins? Just so I can make sure my day is open for you.
Probably around noon.
Around noon? Okay.
Well, I'll be there before then, but by the time I get all settled and everything.
Okay. So do you want to come to our office, or do you want me to come to you?
I could come to your office.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so do you want me to give you my address now, or do you want to get it tomorrow?
I'll grab it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah, or text it to me.
Okay, to this number that I just
Can
called?
you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, are you calling from a cell phone?
I'm actually calling from my landline, and it puts, just because of our obviously our business, the bureau, it gives you a different number that it's actually coming from. So I will text you from my work phone. So if you need to text me back or call me, you can just call me from the number that I text you from. Okay.
Okay.
And then are you okay? Like, is anything, is anyone threatening you or anything that we need to take care of immediately for you?
I mean, social media, I'm being dragged all over.
Right. Can I just ask you how long you knew Chris, or?
What's that? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get ready to go somewhere.
Oh, that's okay.
Trying to get all my stuff together.
I'm just wondering how long you knew Chris.
For about from last June until March or April.
June of 2017?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you talked to anyone, any other authority as far as the Frederick Police Department or anyone else regarding this case?
No, someone called me and lied about it, though.
Oh, okay. Did you give them a bunch of information?
No, not much.
Okay,
I asked for if there was any time we could meet, and I had credentials, but yeah.
Okay. Well, our office, it says it's a state of Colorado office. Our office itself says the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. So I promise you when you get here tomorrow, you're going to have no doubt that you're actually talking to a law enforcement person when you get here. So.
Okay.
So any other concerns that you have? What's that?
No, it's just kind of social media.
Yeah. Do you think you could just stay off of that for the day? Kind of.
Oh yeah.
You delete it off your phone for a week or so.
I made everything private and.
Okay.
All that.
Yeah. Are people trying to friend you and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just probably not accept any friend requests and just keep it real low key, and that's probably my best advice to you. If anything happens, in the meantime or whatever, just make sure that you give me a call on my cell phone that I'm going to text you from, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then I'll text you our address, and then I'll just, we'll just talk in the morning, and I guess we'll plan a time for, around noon or the afternoon to chat with you, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks, Trent. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere